Hello, welcome back to Gisthub podcasts. And if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you are joining us again, welcome back. As you know, my name is Deborah Anjorin, your simple and humble baby girl. And today with me is a very, very beautiful woman, an educationist, a lecturer at that, a businesswoman, a mother, and a successful wife. My guest, please can you introduce yourself to the audience?
I am Mopilola Susan Olakide, PhD, a lecturer at Adeyemi Federal University of Education, ONDO, in the town.
Wow. In fact, my guest for today is a PhD holder, a Dr. Mrs. to be precise. And Dr. Mrs. Mopilola, we are so delighted from Mayagen Media to have you on this Gisthub podcast today.
Nice vitality.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Ma, we are here to talk about your life, to interview, to know what is going on with business, family, and personal life at that, because that is what Gisthub podcast is all about. It's all about interviewing and talking to influential people like you in ONDO city and in diaspora. And where we start from today is about your career as an educationist, a lecturer. How did you come about that? Did you just wake up one night while you were, choosing career and said, "Oh, I want to be a teacher," or "I want to be a lecturer"? How did you come about that, ma?
As people will say, life happens. So that's what I would say. Because growing up as a young girl, I never had it in mind. I'm going to even, go to education line at all. But as time goes on, after secondary school, looking for admission, I found myself in a college of education, although I ran a degree.
Okay.
And after school, we went for service. We came back, nothing, no job whatsoever. So we decided to, move further, and I decided to go for my master's. And I could remember then I wanted to study communication arts for my master's. But by the time the admission crew went over my credentials, they discovered that I went to the college of education. I did an educational course, so they said I couldn't take that. So I decided to go further on what I've started. So and we called the course teacher education. So it's under language education. So I went for that. I did my master's. I came back. When I came back, I was nothing. We were looking for jobs here and there, and as God we have it, I had one in the secondary school. ONDO State Teaching Service Commission.
Okay.
So I was there for 12 good years.
12 years.
And before then, my supervisor then would call me that I should come back for my PhD. And I was like, what? Even the master that I had, I couldn't, because they only reckon with your first degree. So
Okay.
the master's was just there but I didn't use it.
Wow.
So I have to keep it there for that 12 years. I didn't use it. But as God will have it, the opportunity came, and I got a job at the education. And that was it. So like I said earlier, I was at the teaching. I worked as a teacher in the secondary school for 12 good years. Then in 2019, I joined them in Adeyemi College of Education. Now, Adeyemi Federal University of Education. Jolly adult. So, and here we are today. When I joined the college, I pursued my PhD, and in 2023, I executive got my PhD.
Wow.
So all glory to
That is a very long journey.
yes. And I will even call it short because there are so many challenges here a day, marriage failure, and looking for a child. Look, a lot of fertility problem and all that. Well, today, I can glorify God for everything about me, because it has all become a testimony.
Amen. And shit gives her. Amen. That is not a short journey, ma. That is a very, very long one.
Yeah, that's and it's never a short.
Yes. And for a woman like you to have fought that kind of battle and be able to result to where you are today, that shows how strong you are. You persevere. You fought for yourself.
I won't say I am strong. I'll say it's just God. It's just God just gave me the strength and the wisdom and the patience. Then apart from that, I came from a very good family. Was my family supported me throughout, the fallout, falling and all that. They were there. So I'll say it's God and my family.
First thing first, have God and have a good family to support you. And if we are looking at the atmosphere of where we are today, it looks like it is your shop. Because while I was introducing you the other time, I introduced you as an educationist and also a businesswoman. And as I am looking at it here, it looks like you run a boutique of luxurious women clothing and bags and many other things. So how do you come about being a lecturer and setting on the business?
Growing up, like in my family, we are a family of 5, and we have 4 girls and a boy, and the boy came last. So my dad trained us. Maybe he was thinking the boy won't come, I don't know. He trained us like a boy, like a man. Like he will ask you, what qualification do you have? That's the same qualification a guy will have, will take care of the children and the wife. So what's your problem? Even if you are a failure in marriage or whatever. So growing up, he will call us and ask what business we think. In the university days, my dad will call, ask each one of us, things may not be like this. It may not always be rosy like this. What do you think you can do? And I could remember in those days, my dad would give me some money. I'll go to Lagos. I used to sell, while in school, I do sell, ONDOs, ladies ONDOs, throughout, I think since when I was in part 3, I did a degree program. So when I was in part 3, my dad called me and gave me money to go and start a business. So I started selling, ladies ONDOs, and all that. So, and since then, I've been in one business with the other. I can't remember any time I stayed idle. I will always look for something. There was a time, I was into skincare. I will always look for something because I believe that in whatever that is coming in, anything can happen. Be it that you have a good family, anything can happen. Can it be that you have a good husband? The husband might decide to leave. The marriage can end. The man can go. It's God that have our lives.
Of course.
We only pray for long life. Well, it's God that will decide that. We pray that God, grant that to every one of us.
Yeah.
But one should be prepared. One should always be a step, ahead of whatever, because you never know what life can throw.
One can never tell.
You can never tell. So, but when you are prepared, when you're always, there, when you're always strong and you know what you are doing, it's always easy for you to stand whenever there is a challenge. You'll be able to stand tall. So, and because of that, even while when I was serving, I served in Jigawa.
Wow.
That is is it Katsina? I served in Jigawa State.
Yeah.
So I served in Dutse. God bless you. I served in Dutse Jigawa State. So when I was there, we do come, after saving some money, we were able to come. Whenever I'm coming back home, I will, stop at Kano Big Market, buy some stuff, brought down, sell. Whenever I come like that, I just spend like 2-3 weeks. So I'll tell my customers, like, sell tea, you must pay before I leave. So they know that my customers all knew that whenever I come by that car, they purchase anything. By the after 2 or 3 weeks when I'm going back, we will get my money ready. I will go back. Whenever I will be coming back again, I'll do that. So I've always, like business. I've always did this. And so today we are here. I've always loved fashion. Fashion has been my thing. I love making young. I love that route. I believe you are dressed. You are dressed. Tell people. I used to tell people. I used to tell people I don't dress. Some people believe that when you dress, you are as a lady. When you dress up, they look good. You look good for a man. Or when a man, try to look good, they look good. For a woman, no. I look good for myself. It's me. People that are close to me. It's me. Even when I married my husband, I told him, you have to cope it. I love fashion. At times when I really don't know, I'll be like, which one is this again? Oh, it gives me joy. It gives me encouragement. It gives me this aura that I can do it whenever I'm well dressed, whenever I'm good looking. Then this we call it tease. Yes, you can say that. I like the tease. You look good, you look in it. It doesn't have to be a slices. Just to tell people, if you want to, like, one thing that I like all these stores, we have more than 4 grades. So you can easily go for the only gram 4. You know how to break it back before you do. Okay, the guy afford the high one flow. And here in our shops, we have everything. We have the medium, we have the dark, and we have the right way. So it's whatever the idea. Okay. So one of the things, or let me say 2 of the things I have learned right where I am sitting here is that an idle hand is a devil's workshop. An idle hand, I repeat, is a devil's workshop. Yeah. And another thing I learned here is that you should present yourself the way you want people to relate to you. You don't dress for people. You dress for the confidence it gives to you. And that is what I want you to hold before we are back from this short break we are going to. Once again, you are still on Gisthub podcast with me and my beautiful guest here. Stay with us. We will be back. Hello, welcome to INTEN Media House. We offer exciting services like event coverage, event live streaming, studio live streaming session, music studio recording, TV session, news broadcasting, podcast session, and many other exciting services. Here at IOGEN, we innovate, we inform, and we inspire. After that short break, you are still on Gisthub podcast, and my name is still Deborah Ajorin. And I still have my guest here, my beautiful Dr. Mrs. And back on the program, I would like to ask, I see that you are a businesswoman running a successful business, and you are an educationist, training other teachers in training. So, and you are a mother, you are a wife. How do you mix all of that together? Because that seems like a lot. How are you handling all of that? Yes, you're right, it's a lot. But the way we women, the way God wired us, we are wired for multitask. That's the way God has created us. Except some of us that wants to be lazy. We know how to balance everything. I am so so blessed. I'm so fortunate to marry my husband. Although he's an elderly person, but he's very, very, very understanding man. is sportive, is they will always understand you. So when I have to leave in the morning, she at days of work. Before doing that, I'll balance, wake up very early, balance, make sure everything is okay at home, make sure the children are fine, make sure the husband too.
It's fine.
Then I move on to my place of work, and until I am done for you there, that's when I come to my shop. And at times I don't come at all because I had someone that assists me. So all she meets me, all she has to do is just to pull a call through. So I'm able to balance everything. One is not affecting the other. And because of the present situation, one should be hardworking, one should be wise enough to have, if possible, have more than 3 the source of income. If this one is not okay, this one is able to assist that one and that one and all. So life for you to be there was days because of the present situation, things are expensive and all that. So one should be able, so that one will not be asking for 102K.
102K.
So that you won't be pressured to ask money, to ask for assistance from your enemy.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
That's true. And lastly, before we leave on this episode of Gisthub podcast, what is your advice for young ones like myself out there that are aspiring to be like you, or to be in this position that you are? Because people like you are there, being an educationist and a mother, also mixing business, and you are here sitting pretty, like you are just breathing free oxygen and looking beautiful. What is your advice?
I'll start with what young ones are saying right now. Many of them used to say that education is a scam thing. That is the greatest mistake anybody can make. Education is never a scam, because in education there are so many opportunities. You don't only go to school to read or write. You meet people, of course. You gain experiences. You gain more wisdom, and apart from that education, there are so many other things. Is it how to socialize? Is it how to behave? Is it how to that in a particular, you're studying a particular course, there are so many other things that will be added to it. How you can make it, how you can how you can do, how you can multitask. There are so many things in education. Education is not all about writing and reading. So that's the mistake they are making. And in this education that we're talking about, if you are not learned, there are some positions, there are some things you cannot do. If you didn't finish your education, the school dropout, if you don't have the certificate, there are some things you cannot do. So, and even if you feel you don't, there are some people that will tell you that, oh no, I don't like working for people, I don't like an office work. You can use all those things, all those experiences, all those things you have learned in the school to build something, to build your business, to build that thing that you like. Is it all this media, whatever, content creating, whatever, is it business? You need education. If you look at anything, you see that those, even in all this acting, you will see that it's those that are learned that are moving, because they are exposed. They are more exposed. They can think. They have this. They have the ability to think creatively. And I used to tell people that even if you are selling tomatoes in the market, if you are educated, the way you will sell yours, the way you will present yours, the way you will attend to your customers will be different from that person that didn't attend the 4 years in education. There is no way. Some people may be rich because they are into this now. They will still have to employ somebody that is learning to come and help them. So how are you saying education is a scam? It is never. And if you think okay, what of those people that are educated today, they don't have the job opportunities, they are there, they're just working. One day the opportunity can come. Like I said earlier, that when I finish I have to go into teaching. I would have loved to finish and be able to work in the university or higher institution, but that opportunity did not come, so I settled for less. And immediately that opportunity comes, I was able to, assuming when the opportunity comes I didn't have
what it takes
to be there. Like I told someone told me, the person said it's because I have a NG, that assuming I have a TV, he'll be able to help me. I said I didn't believe that. It's because the person knows you don't have that qualification. So you don't know where the opportunity will come. Always, improve yourself. Even if you are learning, don't ever stop at that first degree. Move further. Make sure you get to the peak, that peak where you can, make sure you develop yourself. Attend trainings, attend programs. Always, it pays. And even when you are among your peers, you'll be able to hold your head high and say yes. You'll be able to talk. Even if it's not happening right now. And another thing I want to say is always be confident in yourself. Always believe in yourself. It's not a disease to fail.
Of course.
Failure is just a way of telling you have not done it very well. So all you have to do when you fail is you pick up again, you try more, you add more efforts, and you can fall, you can try so many times, but I can assure you at the end of the day you will thank God. You will be there, you get there. I just want to encourage everybody, the first thing, have God in your life.
Have God.
Because at times you see brilliant people, you see people that are learned, and you still see things that will still be further. So when you have God, when God is on your side, God will be able to protect and guide you and even favor you in some aspects. Then the next thing is develop yourself. Do the needful. Be learned. Don't stop at that place. Move. Like my daddy used to say those days when we were growing up. Daddy say, don't stay where people are much. When you see that people move forward, and you will see that at that high place, people are not much. They are few. So my daddy will also tell you, always aspire to be up there. So that's my advice.
And thank you very much for this very, very beautiful session. I really enjoyed myself, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
And we all at Iogen Media, we're using this medium to appreciate you for having us on this session. So
I'm happy to be here too.
Thank you.
I'm a teacher, and I always like to inspire. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Once again, I would like you to introduce yourself once again to the audience.
Once again, I'm Dr. Mrs. Mopelola Susan Olakunle.
And my name remains Deborah Anjorin, your simple and humble baby girl. And until next episode of Gisthub podcast, we would like you to stay tuned because we'll soon be dropping another. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.